And an 18-year-old in California who police say was obsessed with school shootings is now facing charges accused of plotting a shooting at his own high school. Sebastian Villaseñor is being charged with 1 count of attempting to make criminal threats and 5 counts of attempted murder. He was arrested earlier this week in Ontario, east of Los Angeles, after another student raised some alarms about him. When police arrested him at his home, they say they found evidence of his plans and a bunch of weapons registered to his parents that he had access to, including 7 rifles, 3 handguns, a shotgun, and more than 1,000 rounds of ammo. Police and school officials say they are lucky someone said something.
That student saved lives, spared families from losing their children, and a community from being devastated from a senseless act of violence.
And NBC News correspondent Dana Griffith joins us now. Police say they found some of these plans, and it almost sounds like they also found that there might have been a date, right?
Yeah, well, they initially thought that it would have been around April 20th, which would have been the anniversary, or which is the anniversary of the Columbine shooting. They say this student was obsessed with the Columbine shooting. That falls on a Saturday this year. So they actually believe it may have happened sooner. I spoke with the Ontario police chief, Mike Lorenz, today, and he says there were signs, other evidence that they didn't really go into, but they said he was declining in school. And you can see the images that they shared with NBC News. These are some images that he recently took of himself. And it's very chilling. So they believe that he could have done this a lot sooner because he was researching tactical gear and also researching police response times. So they say that he was even considering how to target police officers because they say he didn't want to kill himself, but that he wanted to fight till the end. Listen to what the police chief told me.
He researched everything. He researched what ballistics could penetrate a law enforcement officer's vest. He knew that potentially if he took a chest shot on a police officer, it wouldn't have the impact that he wanted. It wouldn't eliminate the threat. So he knew he had to take headshots of a police officer. He knew the proper time when students would be out and not in class.
So just very chilling details there. They also say those guns actually belonged to his parents, but that he knew how to access them. They said the parents were very cooperative and that they thought that these guns were safe, locked away, but they didn't realize that he knew how to access them, according to police.
So how soon did all this come to a head? I mean, how soon, how much time elapsed since the time that the alarms were raised by another student and police raided his house?
Yeah, so that student alerted the principal on a Thursday, and the arrest was made on Saturday. So investigators say that they were looking at this kid since then, and that's when they discovered more evidence surrounding what he was planning to do. So it didn't take very long, but again, they say that they interviewed him and that he confessed to a lot of things. And so they say that he was intent on carrying out the shooting.
They're very specific with the charges here. 5 counts of attempted murder, even though no shooting happened.
Yeah.
Why is it 5 counts of attempted murder? Did he have a list, or where does that come from?
And that's a really good question. So there is no charge for even thinking of committing a mass shooting. But they said because he had evidence showing that he was going to further that act, that's why they were able to charge him with this. They say that when they spoke with him, he was not remorseful. He admitted to what he was going to do. He even had not a hit list, but there were 5 people that he wanted to target. There was a group that he was going to leave alone because they protected him, according to police, or he felt that, they had his back. But he said that everyone else was fair game. And so because of the evidence that they collected, they said everything that he talked about that he was willing to do, they were able to back up by looking at his Google searches and looking at whatever they found in the home. So they believe that he was intent on committing this crime, and that's why he's charged now with 5 counts of attempted murder.
Clearly such a close call. Dana Griffin, thanks so much for being with us.
Of course.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.